Raveena ji, 25 years in the industry, very successful graph from Mast Mast Girl now to Matra. Tell me your experience about working in this industry and how it has changed in the last 25 years.
Um, well, the industry has gone through a huge metamorphosis. I do think we have changed, we have grown better, bigger, grander, and I think somewhere we have broadened our horizons. The very fact that you see the kind of films that are being released, the kind of I wouldn't say only heroine or I think women oriented inspirational stories, whether it was Mary Com or it was NH10 or it was Pink or it is now Shabana or it is now Matra. I think it is great that we've gotten to bringing out stories that earlier on probably would not be considered commercially viable. So I think there has been a change. Professionalism has become the key word over here, which probably was a little lax in the earlier days. But now even the youngsters that they come with, they've got that abundance of, they've got so much energy in them. They've got the confidence, they're all completely polished. I mean, as example I was giving someone, Alia and Deepika from their first film to their second film had improved by leaps and bounds, which took us at least 10 films to come to that kind of an improvement. So I think it's everything is taking a, I can't say a fast-speeded, I can't really find the right word for it, but yes, I do think that there is definitely a positive change that I see in everything.
Matra, you are a mother, you're playing a very powerful mother. How are you as a mother in your personal life? What are your takes on motherhood?
I am quite a tiger mom, yes, which does ultimately come out in Matra. In fact, I'm a very subdued person in the beginning of this film, where I'm, a simple middle class school teacher who's going about her daily life and the metamorphosis she goes through in her life. But in personal life, I have reached a point in my life where I have found my inner strength. I don't take shit no more. So I have seen so much of life, or I have been in this industry, I've seen highs and lows, and I have reached that point that I don't take anything from anymore at at any level. So I am actually not that person that was in this film. I on my own have evolved as a human being, and I have reached that point. Probably I can identify with the woman who was in the second half of this film, where she, like I said, finds her inner strength and learns to stand up for herself.
Do you give deadlines to your kids?
Deadlines?
Like reaching home at before 11?
Oh, they're too small right now. They're only 9.5 and 12. So yes, there's a long way to go for that. But I brought up two girls earlier, and they were my little, I've gone through that teenage rebellious phase, but they were more my friends, so it was easy to understand. But I think the real horrors I will face with these two.
Nowadays there are a lot of working mothers in the industry. There's a lot of noise happening around it. You've been a working mother for a very long time, but a balanced mother, you're doing your work, never spoken about it. Your comments?
If you read my earlier interviews also, I always said something like that my family is always and will remain my first priority. Earlier it was my parents, then it was my husband and in-laws, and now it is my children. I do strike a balance with my work, where I take on work probably keeping in consideration that I have ample amount of time also at home and with my children. I've cut out a chart for myself where during exams, during competitions, I don't work. Like I'm in the throes of right now promotions of Sabse Bada Kalakar and Matra, which have come all together. That's why I find myself even more busy and a little overworked. But for example, tomorrow and day after my children's swimming competitions. So I've taken 9 to 12 off. I told them before 12 o'clock, I'm sorry, I'm not available.
So you're going to go there and cheer for them?
Oh yes. And so yeah, so I think one has to meet that right balance and try and swing everything. And I think women are such amazing multitaskers. We have that strength in us. In the ancient days, I don't think that all these devis whom we worshipped actually had true magical powers as such. They were not magicians, but they were very strong, powerful leaders, as women. So for example, I believe that maybe 100 years down the line, that new futuristic generation might just be worshipping Mahatma Gandhi because we are already garlanding him and lighting agarbattis there. Same way this kind of hero worship must have happened in ancient India, where we had Durga, we had Lakshmi, we had Saraswati, we had Chandi, we have Kali, and believe me, every Indian woman, I believe, has that strength in her.
But do you think that's important for women to be so powerful and superwomen? Can we not just be men? Like, they are not celebrated. Can we also take that kind of a route where we are just equals?
I think even God knew that. That's why He gave us the gift of procreating, bringing life on this planet. So I think even God somewhere knew that, okay, girls, you've got that little extra power in you to procreate, and you've got the gift to take that pain and to bear it. So, well, okay, jokes apart. No, I do believe that I'm a little spiritual that way. So I strongly believe that we are what we are in this body, in this lifetime, the soul that we are. I have come in a woman's body. Maybe in my next birth, I might come in a man's body, or so for me, it's a matter of being a soul within yourself. You are a soul, he's a soul. So it's souls, and we are equal. God made us equal. He gave us equal amount of senses. So there is no difference. So why would we be considered inferior in any way?
One advice you would give your 25-year-old self?
Okay, now see, like I said, I am a very practical person, but I'm also a very spiritual person. Now the advice that I would give my 25-year-old self, would be not to be too emotional, not to get suckered in by stories, sob stories, not to be too sensitive, not to be too impulsive. But then, that would change a lot that has happened in my life. And I believe everyone has a certain path to follow. Destiny, a certain destiny carves its path out for you. So I believe that if I would change anything to be in a parallel universe and to change anything that happened to me at that time, whatever mistakes I made, if I had not made those mistakes, I don't think I would be here right now. My life would have taken a different path altogether if things would have been so good for me then. I wouldn't have met Anil, I wouldn't have had my kids, I wouldn't have done Maatr, I wouldn't be sitting here. So, no complaints, God, just thank you very much for everything that you've done for me.
Now we have quick 5 fun questions. Favorite co-star?
I know, I'll be safe, Sanjay Dutt.
One random habit no one knows about?
I used to bite my nails.
A secret talent?
Secret talent? Yeah, that I can be witty.
Oh, but that everybody knows.
But according to me, it's a secret.
One secret wish?
Secret wish that I could change so many things in this world, and especially in our country. I wish I could make it one planet, and I wish people realize that humanity is the biggest religion of all. I wish people just realize that and it would be such a better world, such a better planet to live on. Yeah, one planet, one people, one race, and that's how we should be.
One fun memory you have with your mom?
My God, that's a treasure trove of memories. I can't pinpoint one, but just dancing with her. My mom used to love to dance. She did 15 years of Kathak with Briju Maharaj. And I remember there were times we just put on music and both of us would just let go. And that's what now Rasha and me do sometimes.